Let's begin our entry into the iPhone 4 GSM by first removing our two pentalobe screws, one on either side of the dock port assembly on the bottom of the phone. With our pentalobe screws removed, we can take a grip of the rear portion of our phone and slide it upwards about 1/8 of an inch. This should free the back cover from the iPhone for removal. With the cover removed, right away you'll recognize the battery. Let's use our Phillips screwdriver to remove the single screw that's securing its connector into the motherboard. The connector for your battery should now be freed. We can use our spudger to gently pry that up. Make sure to keep track of the small metal clip that's below our battery connector for our reassemble. A combination of our spudger and the use of the plastic pull tab for the battery, and it should lift quite easily for removal. With the battery removed from our iPhone, we can now bring our attention to removing the earpiece speaker. Let's first start by removing the two Phillips screws that are securing the dock port connection into our motherboard. Remove the small cover on that connection. And use our spudger to pry up that connection and peel our ribbon wire back. We've got 6 Phillips screws around the top of the motherboard that need to be removed. With those screws removed, we have a metal plate that's covering the majority of our connections for our motherboard. Let's lift this plate from the iPhone. We can now begin peeling back some of our connections, starting with our rear-facing camera, and we can lift that up and out of the phone. Five additional connections that need to be removed, starting with our touchscreen, our LCD connection, our power and volume button connection, our front-facing camera connector, and our headphone jack assembly connection. We want to remove the standoff that's right under all of these connections. Use a small flathead screwdriver for removal. We have a Phillips screw that's securing the bottom of our motherboard down by the speaker assembly. Pull up the small coaxial connection for our antenna. And let's use a SIM card removal tool or a paper clip to remove the SIM card tray out of the side of the phone. This should loosen and free up our motherboard so we can lift it out of the iPhone. With our motherboard removed, that will reveal the top of our earpiece speaker that's only secured with a small amount of adhesive. We can use a pair of tweezers or a spudger to pry this piece up for removal.